Look straight.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I do.
All right. And we're using the interpreter, so make sure you please use your native Spanish tongue, okay? Language. Can you tell me your name, please?
Lady Obed Morales Salazar.
I'm sorry. Can he speak into the microphone? I can't hear.
Which one is that one?
Lady Obed. Lady Obed.
Okay.
Lady Over.
Your Honor, he's the second one on the Spanish
Oh,
list.
okay.
And his victim also needed an interpreter.
Okay. And
So-
is she,
She's in the
She's-
booth. She's in the booth
Oh.
right now.
okay. All right, sir. You're here in case number 2020 MM 3405AO. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case.
Está bien,
And so we do have a witness present,
Yes, ma'am.
and she needs the interpreter as well, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Sí, sí, ella es mi esposa.
Okay.
Ajá.
Ma'am, if you can hear me, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn in? And Mr. Interpreter, could you interpret that to her?
Señora, si usted pudiese levantar la mano derecha, que usted va a prestar juramento.
She has it up.
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura usted decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí, lo juro.
Yes, I do.
All right. Can you please tell me your name, ma'am?
Señora, ¿puede dar su nombre, por favor?
Es Jacqueline Revolorio.
Jacqueline de Bulorio.
Sí.
All right. And then, are you related to Mr. Morales?
¿Y usted tiene algún parentesco con el señor Morales?
Él es mi esposo.
He's my husband.
And how long have you been married?
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan casados?
10 años.
10 years.
All right. Do you live together?
¿Viven juntos?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Are you afraid of him?
¿Usted le tiene temor a él?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Does the state have any additional questions? Okay. And Ms. Haling, do you have any questions for? Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony. Does he have items at the residence?
Señora, gracias por su testimonio. ¿Él aún tiene pertenencias en el domicilio?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to order that there's no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or any witness in the case.
Así que lo que voy a ordenar ahora mismo es que se prohíba el contacto directo o indirecto con la víctima o algún testigo si lo hubiera.
Were they provided no contact orders
Yes.
at the jail?
Yes.
Okay. Are they signing them?
Yes.
Okay.
Firmadas la orden de no contacto.
Sí.
Sir, did you understand everything that was contained in the no contact order that they provided you?
Señor, ¿usted entendió ese papel que le dieron, la orden de prohibición de contacto? ¿Entendió qué es eso?
La hoja estaba en inglés.
Yes, the sheet was in English.
Okay. Did they provide Mr. Morales with a no contact order in Spanish?
His
Yes.
is in Spanish, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, did you understand everything in the no contact order as it relates to the victim and any witnesses?
Sí, sí.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about it?
Sí, sí, pregunta para mi esposa que cómo están mis nenas.
I have a question for my wife about seeing my girls.
Okay, well, you can't have any contact with your wife. So you'll have to communicate with your attorney. I've appointed the public defender for you, and they can file any appropriate motions on your behalf.
And Your Honor, did you allow him a one-time return?
I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to. Okay, so are they signing the no contact order in court or after?
They signing it in court, Your Honor.
In court, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You're also not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. Mr. Interpreter, if you could also interpret these for the victim as well.
Así que se le va a prohibir cualquier porte de armas, armas de fuego, cualquier tipo de arma o también municiones.
So you're to maintain a separate residence.
Mantener las residencias por separado.
There's no drugs or alcohol
Se prohíbe el uso de alcohol o drogas,
unless you have a valid prescription.
a menos que tenga una prescripción válida.
And the Department of Children and Families was contacted, I believe. So if there is an investigation pending, you must comply with that investigation.
Creo que el Departamento de Niños y Familia ya fue contactado y si acaso hay alguna investigación de ese departamento, usted debe cumplir con cualquier norma de esa investigación.
I am going to place you in pretrial release, sir. You do qualify. That is going to be with random urinalysis. So again, no drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription.
Así que lo va a poner bajo libertad provisional. Se va a tener que hacer exámenes de orina al azar, ya que usted sí califica para ese tipo de libertad. Y se le prohíbe el uso de drogas y de alcohol a menos que tenga prescripción médica. Nada más.
All right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions about the pretrial release, I'm sure they'll explain that to you while they process you. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony.
Gracias, señora, por su testimonio. Ahí le darán las indicaciones allá en la cárcel en relación a estas órdenes.
Ok, está bien.
Ok, thanks.
Is this Mr. Contreras?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, sir, tell me your name, please.
Es de Reinaldo Contreras.
Reinaldo Contreras.
All right, Mr. Contreras, you're here in case number 2020 MM205AA. You're arrested for a battery domestic violence, or excuse me, it's a battery?
It's a battery.
Okay. It's just a simple battery. I do find probable cause for the offense. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There's not going to be any contact. Well, do we have? Is there a witness there or not?
No, Your Honor.
So no contact with any victim in the case. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I do note that the DCF was contacted, and they'll apparently be generating a report. So if there is an investigation pending, you must comply with that. You do qualify for pretrial release, sir. I am going to place you on pretrial release. Need to make sure that you comply with all of their requirements as well. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
I have a one-time return.
Does he live at, I don't believe that he lives at the residence.
David just did the. Let me just be sure.
It says 1001 Royal. Okay, so you're going to have to maintain a separate residence, sir, if you live at the same residence as the victim. As well, I will allow one-time return. I think you asked me for that on the other case, too. I'm not sure if I... Okay, so I'm going to... I'll amend that on the other case, too. Okay. So, Mr. Contreras, do you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. And so as it relates to the first case that I called, that was Mr. Morales in 2020 MM34050. Ms. Haling did ask me for a one-time return, and so the court minutes do indicate that. Okay. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Eric Omar Nieves Quercado. Eric Omar Nieves Quercado.
Eric Omar Nieves Mercado.
Okay, Mr. Curcado, you're here in 2019 CF 11298AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for an arraignment on October 10th, 2019. The judge did set the bond at none on both counts. I don't believe that the public defender was ever appointed in your case to represent you, so I am going to appoint them to represent you. So you will have an attorney, and so the public defender's office will have to file a motion with the judge in Division 16. I believe that's Judge Barber. And they'll do that as quickly as they can in order to see if they can get you a bond. I have not been able to make contact. Okay? All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Carlos López Rodríguez. López Rodríguez.
Carlos López
Rodríguez.
Okay, sir.
Rodríguez, sorry.
Okay, you're here in 2020 CF 5728AO, and you were arrested for tampering with physical evidence and possession of drug paraphernalia, and I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. He was a reset, yes. So no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And you are on probation, sir. I am going to I'm going to set the bond on count 1 at 500. Count 2 will remain at 100.
¿Cuánto todo?
What would the total be?
I'm sorry?
What would the total be?
So it's 600 total. So you'll have to talk to a bondsman. Or if you can't afford that, your attorneys will file a motion, okay?
Ok, pero mira, yo quiero que tú le digas a ella que a mí no me encontraron nada encima, porque cuando ellos entraron, yo estaba limpiando y yo limpio el supermercado y ellos encontraron una caja por allá y vinieron con eso y me la echaron a mí. Y yo le dije,
Okay, I just want to tell you, sir, I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. I don't know what you said, but if you're talking about what happened, you're not going to be able to do that today, okay? Mr. Interpreter, did he talk about the facts?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'd ask that you not interpret that on the record. I'm going to ask that you, if you can't afford the bond, that you have contact with your attorneys, okay? And they'll file a motion for you. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Alex Hernandez.
Alex Fernandez.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, you're here for an arraignment. It's case number 2020 CT 2831AO, and the public defender's office was previously appointed in your case. You were charged by citation with driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. Was there an offer from the state?
I don't have a driving record.
Okay.
Court has a driving
I
record.
do.
Tell me how many dwells he has, Sharon.
Your Honor, he's also in jail on a pending related felony case.
Related felony? Okay. All right. So because it looks like the public defender here has advised me that this case is related to a felony that you currently have. So because the cases are related, it's not a good idea to resolve the case today. So we're not going to take any action on the case. Ms. Haling, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Hernandez, do you know how to get in touch with your attorneys at the public defender's office? I think they give you a form right there in front of you. That's the phone number, okay?
Sí.
So you'll need to call that number so you can speak with your attorneys, okay?
Okay, okay.
Ok.
We're going to give you some dates.
June 85, your trial conference is June 15th, 8:30 a.m., courtroom 4A.
Thank you, Ms. Haley.
Okay, thank you.
Ok.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
You all right? Not like it, man. You'll be all right. You don't need to? No, that's it. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Does he need are we done with the interpreter cases?
Only the victim needs the interpreter on this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I did put that sideways for a reason. So, all right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Juan Gabriel Balasquides Cueva.
Juan Gabriel Malaquines Cuevas.
Okay, maybe not. Okay. And we have a witness there as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so, Mr. Interpreter, can you interpret what I'm saying as well, so the victim understands?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Sir, you're here in case number 2020 MM 3413.
En el caso 2020 MM3413.
You're charged with battery, domestic violence, and I do find probable cause.
Es una acusación de violencia intrafamiliar y determino que hay indicios de culpa.
And I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you in your case.
Estoy destinando a la Defensoría Pública para que lo represente en su caso.
And, ma'am, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in, please?
Señora, ¿puede levantar su mano derecha para que preste juramento, por favor?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you tell me your name, please?
¿Puede darme su nombre, por favor?
Anaís Rodríguez.
Anaís Rodríguez.
Can you spell your last name for me?
¿Podría deletrearme su apellido, por favor?
R-O-D-R-I-G de gato U-E-Z. Rodríguez.
Rodríguez spelled R-O-D-R-I-G-U-E-Z.
Okay. And then how do you know Mr. Balasquides?
¿Y cómo que usted conoce al señor Balasquides?
Él es el papá de mi hija.
He's my daughter's dad.
Okay. Are you in a relationship with him currently?
¿Actualmente ustedes tienen una relación sentimental?
No.
No.
Do you live together?
¿Viven juntos?
No.
No.
Are you afraid of him?
¿Usted le tiene temor a él?
Sí.
Yes.
Does the state have any additional questions for Ms. Rodriguez?
¿La fiscal le tiene alguna pregunta?
No questions, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so, Mr. Balasquides, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or any witnesses in the case.
Así que voy a impedir que tengo que prohibirle el contacto con la víctima o con los testigos que hayan en este caso.
And they provided you a no contact order form. Did you read and understand everything contained in the form?
Yes.
¿Usted entendió el formulario que le dieron? Sí.
Okay. And so I'm also ordering that you maintain separate residences. I know you don't live together. You don't have any belongings at the residence. And so you're not to return to the victim's residence, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I do note the Department of Children and Families was contacted. So you'll have to comply with that investigation.
Así que por un momento sé que no están viviendo juntos, pero tienen que mantener la residencia por separado, no puede al lugar de la vivienda, se le prohíbe el porte de armas, de fuego, cualquier tipo de armas, tampoco puede tener municiones en su poder, y veo que el Departamento de Niños y Familias ya fue contactado en este caso, así que usted tiene que cumplir con la normativa de esa investigación del Departamento de Niños y Familias.
Sorry, Mr. Interpreter, I gave you a lot to interpret there.
No problem, Your Honor.
All right, and then I do note that you do have reporting requirements, so if you're unable to bond out when I give you a bond, you still have to comply with those reporting requirements.
Así que hay unos requisitos relacionados con el régimen de presentación. Si usted no puede salir bajo fianza, igual tiene que cumplir con esos requisitos.
I'm going to set your bond at $500.
Voy a fijar fianza concepto de $500.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for your testimony.
Señora, gracias por su testimonio.
I can't solve.
Josh,
Thank you.
Can I ask you something?
I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case, so
no,
it's
no
not
facts
about,
of the
I
case.
just
I
don't,
just-
okay.
The only thing I want to talk is about my baby. Can I
Okay,
see my baby?
so I understand. I absolutely understand. So I've appointed the public defender. You can't communicate with the victim at this time, even if it relates to the child. So the public defender's office will have to file a motion, okay? And then once that motion is filed, it will be heard in the division that it needs to be heard in, or y'all can agree to maybe have contact. But the judge will have to change the no contact order in writing, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, was that the last case that required a Spanish interpreter?
I think so.
Yes, it
I
is,
just-
Your Honor.
Okay, that is it. Thank you so much, Mr. Interpreter. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Your Honor, anytime.
And I just hit end here. Okay. Am I still connected to the BRC?
Yes, you are.
Well, it gave me another option, and I don't know if I hit the right thing. Okay. Everybody hear me over there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Tell me your name, please.
Rondell DeBose.
All right, Mr. DeBose, you're here in 2020 MM 408AW. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. And I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Are there any witnesses there for Mr. DeBose's case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. DeBose, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. They provided you no contact order form. Have you signed that? Do you understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But why I got to do that? I ain't do nothing.
Okay, well,
Touch
I'm not
nobody.
saying you did
I didn't
any,
touch
I'm not
nobody.
saying that you're guilty or not guilty. If you have defenses,
Yeah.
you'll need to talk to your attorney about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so no contact directly or indirectly, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition, and no alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription. Was he interviewed? Does he qualify for pretrial release?
He was not interviewed, Your Honor. We'd have to have a bond or so we could talk to him.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll set the bond at 500 or pretrial release if you qualify. So they'll have to interview for that, okay? Make sure that you comply with any conditions of release,
Yes, ma'am.
either on a bond or pretrial release if you qualify,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Yeah,
Have a one-time return.
and sir, do you live at that residence?
Yeah, that's my spot.
That's where you live?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go back one time to get any personal belongings with law enforcement.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you're with law enforcement. Make sure you maintain a separate residence from the victim.
Gotcha.
Got me?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
I didn't say that to Okay, you got it. You're way ahead of me. Okay, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Roberto Ortiz.
Okay, do we know what happened to Friary Conception?
Can we pass by him for a moment, Your Honor?
Sure. Okay, Mr. Ortiz,
Yes, ma'am.
you're here in 2020 MM 3412AO, and you were arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Do we have a witness there?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And so I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or any witnesses in the case. So Mr. Ortiz, they're going to give you a no contact order form. Make sure you understand everything that's contained in the no contact order form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read it before you came to court?
They didn't give me one.
No? Okay, well, we'll have you read it.
I understand.
Okay, good. All right, so no contact indirectly or directly with the victim or any witnesses. You may not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. You must maintain separate residences. I'm not sure if DCF was contacted. The victim is alleged to be 17 years old, so if there is a DCF investigation pending, you must comply. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Was he interviewed?
He qualifies, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Need to make sure you comply with all of my requirements as well as theirs, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Quick question.
Yes.
Me and the.
I don't want you to talk about the facts. So anything related to the facts,
Yeah, it's just a question
The
about
case.
the.
the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We have a kid together.
right.
How does that work?
So right now you can't communicate with the victim in order to have contact with your child, okay? So, and you can't communicate with the victim through a third party. So, your turn, I've appointed the public defender. They're going to have to file a motion to see, as it relates to contact, and whether that's with the victim or just the child, or to find a mutually agreeable person that you can exchange the child with, okay? But I can't do that today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just make sure you call the number that they give you on that piece of paper.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Friar Concepcion.
He has
Okay.
a victim also, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You're here in 2020 MM 34260. You're arrested for battery, domestic violence, and resisting an officer without violence. And I do find probable cause, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. And I've been advised that there's a witness there. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Not you, sir, the witness, but thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell me your name, ma'am?
Jessica Morales.
All right, and can you spell your last name for me, please?
Morales.
All right, Miss Morales, how do you know Mr. Concepcion?
He's my husband.
Okay, and are you currently live together?
Currently, at the moment, no.
Okay, and the location where this offense is alleged to have occurred, is that where you're living or where he's living?
At my house.
Okay, so the Z18 is your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you afraid of Mr. Concepcion?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to have continued contact with him through the pending of the case?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Has anything like this or any other violence happened in the past in your relationship?
No, ma'am. This is the first time.
Okay. And are you afraid for the safety of any children
No,
that
not
you may have with Mr. Concepcion?
No, not at all. This is the first time.
Do you think any drugs or alcohol had any involvement in what happened?
Yeah, he just had a little bit too much to drink on Mother's Day, but he never drinks. I guess the alcohol got to him.
Okay, and you don't live together?
At the moment, no, but we're married. But he stays at his sister's house, but he comes over all the time. It's in the same neighborhood. Because I just recently moved.
And you have no fear for your safety whatsoever, is
No,
what you're
ma'am.
telling me?
No, ma'am. This is the first
You have-
time this ever happened.
Do you have children in common?
Yeah, we have one.
How old is the child?
She's 4.
And then do you have joint custody of the child?
Yeah.
State, Miss Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions? Okay. Miss Haley?
No questions, Joe.
Okay. All right. Mr. Concepcion, I'm going to allow you to have non-hostile, non-violent contact with Miss Morales. Listen to me carefully. That means no yelling, no punching, no hitting, no biting, no scratching, no raising your voice, no saying mean things, no texting mean things, no posting mean things on any social media. Do you understand what all of that means?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I am going to order that you have no contact with the witness in the case. As it relates to Miss Morales, you're still going to maintain separate residences. Okay, so you cannot live together. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Looks like DCF was contacted because there were children sleeping or in the home. So I am going to order that you comply with any DCF investigation that's pending. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
He wasn't interviewed, Your Honor, so we would have to interview him.
Okay, so even though they live in separate residences and I'm allowing contact?
We would just need to talk to him, Your Honor. I'm sure he would qualify. We would just have to make sure we interviewed him.
Okay, so, Mr. Concepcion, I'm gonna set a $500 bond on count 1 or pretrial release if you qualify, count 2, 100, or pretrial release if you qualify. So they're gonna interview you. I think you will qualify. You'll be able to be released without posting a bond and that if you do qualify, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for your testimony.
Thank you.
Your Honor, before we move on, Mr. Ortiz, who was done prior to this one, I wanted to clarify that you said no return to the scene only because the arrest address is his address and not the victim's.
I don't.
Apologize.
We need to get Ortiz. Do we need Ortiz back? Do we need Ortiz back, Your Honor?
I don't think, I'm not sure yet. I have to, so I ordered no return.
So Franklin not up here. Pass. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna strike Mr. Ortiz's no return and just, I think I said maintain separate residences. Looks like I might have meant the fact that there was the initial call came from a third-party reporter. I think that's where I got confused. So thank you, Ms. Haling. I'm gonna strike the no return. And then so when Mr. Ortiz, do you want me to recall Mr. Ortiz and let him know that, or he'll get the paperwork?
Yes, he'll get the paperwork.
Okay.
I just want him to-
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, under the next, 2 people on the docket, Franklin, can you pass? He hasn't made it up here yet, and Lukowski.
Okay, so we're just setting them aside?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
John P. Tyson Jr.
All right, Mr. Tyson, you're here in 2020 CF 57350. You're arrested for grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do find probable cause for those offenses, and I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. I am ordering no contact with any victim in the case and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm going to stay the bond at the $2,000 on count 1. Count 2, I'll reduce to 100. I know it's out of state, but I'm not going to double that one. And so the PD was appointed. If you're unable to make your bond, they'll be able to file any appropriate motions for you. Looks like, it's New England extradition only? Okay. There's an out-of-state warrant, but it's not extraditable out of Florida. Okay? All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Gina Antoine.
All right. All right, Mr. Antoine, you're here in case number 2020 MM 3404AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning, and I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender in 2020 MO 544. You're arrested for being in a park after hours. And I'll appoint the public defender, and I do find probable cause. Okay, so Mr. Antoine, it's a credit for time served offer and no return.
Yes.
Abide by the trespass warning. Do you want to do that on both your cases and get that resolved?
Thank you.
Okay, you know what? Since the PD's not there, I'm just not going to appoint the PD on. No reason to make him pay. Okay, so I'm sorry. All right, so I'm not going to appoint the PD. If you want to resolve your cases, we can do that. Are they signing plea forms, or are we not doing plea forms anymore?
No, we're not signing them.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. All right, were you able to read a plea form, Mr. Antoine?
Yes, all right.
You read the plea form?
Uh-huh.
Did you understand everything that was contained in the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all those rights that you're giving up by entering the pleas?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the pleas will subject you to deportation.
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, but you understand if you're not, you'll be deported. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. I find factual basis to accept your plea in both cases. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to, is it 2 days in each case? All right, 2 days with credit for time served of 2 days in 2020 MM 3404 and 2020 MO 5440. In order that you're not to return back to those locations, abide by the trespass warning. I'll impose court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay those off.
Yes,
Madam
ma'am.
Clerk,
I have a question.
hold on one sec. Are we using a specific date, or do you want me to use May 11th, 2021? Okay. So I'm going to order that you pay your court costs by May 11th, 2021. What's your question?
Yes, I have to pick up. The reason why I was violating the park, because I was waiting for my credit card that's supposed to be coming on this Saturday on a PO box. But I was wondering, can I have some identification or some resource to pick up my ID, my credit card that's supposed to be coming in this Saturday? That's the reason why I was waiting in the park so long.
Okay. So what do you?
Can I have some type of identification or some paper sent stating I need to pick up my?
I can't issue you any identification.
Can I have a receipt or some type of paper of any kind, any type of paper to give them so I can pick up my credit card and just get out
Where's
of
the
here?
credit card going?
To the PO Box 990, Box 990 in downtown Orlando.
I don't think that they have that at Lakeview. I don't think they have PO boxes in Lakeview Park. Correct?
They do it behind the library of the downtown.
Okay, but you're allowed to go there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
But I
so
need
that-
identification. I lost my ID. Somebody
Well,
took
I
my
can't.
ID.
I'm not permitted to issue identification, sir. Okay.
All right, ma'am.
Okay. Good luck.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, David Pauli. Can you pass over him too, please?
All right. All right. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Rachel Sanchez.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, you're here in 2020 MM 3416AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. And I do find probable cause. Was there an offer? Okay, so I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, ma'am. It's a victim case, so the state's not making an offer today, and is that based, you want to speak with the victim in the case? Okay, Ms. Kennedy Swanson wants to speak with the victim, and that's understandable. So I'm going to order that you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. It looks like that Mr. Gyros at 3725 South Orange Blossom Trail. No contact with any victims in the case. You live locally here?
I'm homeless, and I don't have nowhere to go now. I'm in process trying to get a place.
So if I release you on your own recognizance, you understand that you have to come to court. If
Yes,
you
ma'am.
don't, you'll get a warrant, all right? And
Yes,
they'll
ma'am.
probably put it at no bond. So they're going to give you some information to call the public defender's office. Make sure that you do not miss any court dates, okay?
Oh, so you released me ROR?
I am, but you got to show up to court, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Hackett, John.
All right, Mr. Hackett, you're here in 2020 CF 5716AO. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I do find probable cause. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And he does not qualify for pretrial release.
No, Your Honor, he wasn't able to provide any verifiable info.
I'm in pain.
You can't stand up and you can't even hear.
I got hernia.
All right. And he has no failures to appear.
No, Your Honor, no failure to appear.
All right, Mr. Hackett, I'm going to release your ROR. You got to show up to court. Do you understand? If you don't, you're going to get a warrant. It's probably going to be no bond. You'll probably sit in jail until your case is resolved. You understand?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, good morning. Tell me your name, sir.
Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. My name's
All
Toby
right,
Hampton.
Okay, Mr. Hampton, you're here in 2020 CF 5739AO. You were arrested for false imprisonment and battery domestic violence. Do you find probable cause for those offenses? I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Are there any witnesses there on Mr. Hampton's behalf?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Hampton, I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. And you're going to sign the no contact order form. Did you understand everything in the no contact order form?
We didn't even explain. It wasn't explained to me yet. I guess I'm gonna be lost out this whole situation. Whatever y'all got.
Well, I need to make sure that you understand everything in the no contact order, because if you violate it, it's a new law violation. Okay.
No, I don't really understand it because how the situation went. I was at my
I
own
don't want to
residence.
talk about. We're not going to talk about the facts. Can you read that form?
If y'all left the person at where I stay at, how if I go back where I stay at, I'm gonna.
So
be
we're not
arrested.
going to talk about the facts. I need to make sure that what you're reading, you
I don't know what I'm
understand.
reading, ma'am. I'm retarded. Whatever y'all say is right.
Okay, well, if you violate whatever is in that piece of paper, it's going to be a new law violation. So are you not signing? Did you sign the form?
Yes, ma'am. I've been signed it.
Okay, well, you signed it indicating that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand it.
I understand whatever going on. You right.
Okay, so no contact directly or indirectly with the victim, and you must maintain separate residences,
Yes, ma'am.
no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
And if there is a DCF investigation, you must comply with it. I don't,
You don't want me to comply
do you
with that
have,
one.
do you have items at that residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go back one time with law enforcement. You need to make sure that you're with law enforcement. You can get personal belongings that you may need at the residence,
Yes,
okay? But you
ma'am.
have to be with law enforcement,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? All right. And I'm setting
Oh,
the
wait,
bond
wait.
on,
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm shut up. You telling me right now. I'm shut up.
okay. I'm setting your bond on count 1 at 2,500. Count 2 will be 500.
Okay, all right. I was finna say I can't pay that, but I ain't worried about it. I'm finna say I shouldn't even have to do now for the price. Hey, I want to know. Can I ask one question? In this,
Well, we're not gonna talk about the facts.
No,
so
I'm
if
saying
it's
for the
not related-
DCF case. Can I put in
Okay,
some
if-
type of? Cause I ain't get to say nothing towards that.
Okay, sir, I said if there is an investigation, you must comply. I don't know if DCF will have a report or investigate, but you have to comply with any investigation, okay? All right, good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell me your name.
Ron Lee Harris.
All right. Mr. Harris, you're here in 2020 CF 5650AO. You're arrested for petty theft with 2 prior convictions, and I do find probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't go back to 8101 South John Young Parkway, the Walmart. No contact with any witnesses or victims at that location. I am going to stay the bond at the $1,000. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Omara Landry, mental health.
Okay. And this is a reset from yesterday as well. I'm going to appoint the public defender for Mr. Landry in 2020 CF 5660AO. Ms. Haling, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll address the case today. Okay. So, Mr. Landry was arrested for possession of cocaine with a weapon, petty theft, 2 prior convictions, resisting an officer without violence, possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of cannabis. And I do find probable cause. I did appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I believe that is the Party Liquor at 2200 Americana Boulevard, and no contact with any victims or witnesses. The bond will stay set at 7,500 on count 1, 150, 100, all ROR on the cannabis, 100 and 150.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, Terrence McCree, refused.
Okay, and so Mr. McCree is here for an arraignment. His refusal, the PD was previously appointed. It's a domestic violence battery case. Ms. Haling, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty, and we will give you some dates for Mr. McCree.
Conference June 4th at 2:30 p.m. Courtroom 7C.
All right, come forward, sir, please. Oh, no? Yep. All right, tell me your name.
Jason Johnson, ma'am.
All right, I have Robert Kelly as an arraignment next.
He's after Johnson, Your Honor. He's after Johnson.
This is, do I have Johnson? Do we know what's the is it a new law or an arraignment?
It's an arraignment.
Okay, I don't think I have it, but it may be under the calendar, so let me look. Okay, Jason Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
How you
Okay.
doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, I do have it under here, so 2019 MM 6077AO, and the PD was previously appointed in your case.
Can I
This
supposed
is
to-
a violation of probation, it looks like. And so I don't know if there's an offer to resolve that today. My guess is no, because it's a violation of probation on a DV case. So we have the public defender over here. And Ms. Haling, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty for Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to enter a plea of not guilty for you. And we're going to give you some dates, okay?
Ma'am,
For the
is-
violation of probation.
Is there any chance I can get my a bond on this?
I can't give you a bond today, okay? Your attorneys will have to file a motion with the judge in that division, okay?
About my other charges, can I have? Because
I
my
only have this case in front of me today, sir. I can't resolve anything today, okay?
Yes,
You'll
ma'am.
have to contact your attorney. Do you have a PD on that case?
I don't have a PD. I don't have anything on my other case or anything. I don't have no court dates or anything. Everything is.
Do we know what the other case is? Any?
Yes, he has 5 other cases.
You have five other cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know, are you appointed on all those cases?
They revoked my bond on
I
those.
believe so, Your Honor. I just need to confirm.
Okay.
I believe we are.
The public defender believes that they're appointed in all your other cases. Okay, so she's just gonna check real quick.
Okay, I just don't.
I don't know what they are, but
Ma'am, are they giving out court dates right now, or is everything backed up because of the?
you'll get a court date for the violation of probation on the domestic violence battery. But I'm not. I don't have any other cases in front of me. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So we're just gonna wait to see if the PD knows if they represent you. If not, I'll appoint them on those cases for you so that you have attorneys. Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, we just asked you to appoint.
I don't know what the case numbers are. So yeah. Okay.
The case numbers are 2020 CF 4162, 2020 CT 2284, 2020 CF 3640, 40, and 2020 CT 2928.
Hold on 1 second. So in 4162, the public defender's office is appointed.
Okay.
2020 CT 2284.
284. CT 2284. In that case, yes.
2020 CF 3640.
Yep.
Yep, public defender.
2020 CT 2928.
Yep.
And 2020 CF 5563.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you have the public defender on all of your cases.
Can you tell me how
okay?
many charges
So
I
they're-
have? How many charges I have?
I don't know.
You don't know?
So you're gonna have to contact your attorneys. Okay. I don't know what's been filed on or not. So I'm not gonna need to appoint anybody else. We're gonna give you a date for your VOP hearing. Okay.
Okay. Can it be as soon as possible?
It's
June 11th at 10 a.m.
June 11th at 10 a.m. If you come to some sort of resolution with your attorneys in the state attorney's office and the court, then you can set that to plea. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, or almost afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Robert Kelly.
Okay, Mr. Kelly, you're here in 2020 MM 2869AO. It's an arraignment, and the Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed in your case. And it looks like the state did file an information charging you with resisting an officer without violence. It's a misdemeanor of the first degree alleged to have occurred on or about April 18th, 2020. Was there an offer to resolve the case?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, cost of investigation of $57.32 to the Orlando Police Department.
5732? Okay. So, Mr. Kelly, I don't know if you heard, the state made an offer to resolve your case today. It would be an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, which is the 24 days that you've spent in the Orange County Jail. There's a cost of investigation that I would have to impose to the Orlando Police Department in the amount of $57.32. And I'll give you a year to pay off all your court costs and any additional fees. Do you want to do that today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you read the plea form before you came to court? Okay. Did you understand everything contained in the plea form?
Yes.
You understood all those rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay, good. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. I find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 24 days with credit for 24 days time served, cost of investigation to OPD and $57.32. I'll order you pay your court costs and your fees by March 11, 2021. That gives you a year. Okay. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck. Okay. Do you have any other cases or is that it? Okay. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Celeste Owens.
All right, Mr. Owens, you're here in 2020 CF 57770. You are arrested for pursuant to a warrant for 2 counts of tampering with a witness, grand theft 3rd degree, 2 counts of battery by strangulation, and then robbery, sudden snatching. And so probable cause has previously been found pursuant to the warrant. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Are there any witnesses present at the jail?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with any victims or witnesses in the case. And did you understand everything in that no contact order, Mr. Owens?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm also going to order that you maintain separate residences. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm a little confused because the affidavit says that you all live together as a family, and I guess pretrial release may have spoken with the victim, and they said that, or maybe you indicated that you don't live together.
Yeah. We don't live together. I live with my mom. It's just I got 2 twin babies by her, so I come over.
Okay. Do you have stuff at the residence?
No, I don't have nothing at the residence.
Okay. So I'm going to order that you don't return back to the victim's residence. Again, maintain separate residences, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I don't know if DCF was contacted. Looks like there were some minor children there. So I'm going to order that you comply with any DCF investigation if there is an investigation. I'm going to stay the bond on count 1 at 1,000, count 2 1,000, count 3 1,000, count 4 will be 500, count 5 will be 500, and count 6 will be 1,000. All right, thank you.
The next person on the docket, Rico Porter, Your Honor, hospital.
Okay, we'll reset within 24 hours of release from the hospital. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Robert Powell.
All right, Mr. Powell, you're here in 2020 20 CF 5779AO, you're arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement and battery domestic violence. And I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. There was a bond correction sheet as to count one. It was originally set at 1,000. It should have been set at none due to the domestic violence nature of the case. I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. Have you signed the no contact order form, Mr. Powell? Did you understand everything contained in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also ordering that you maintain separate residences, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I'll let you go back one time to get any personal belongings that you may need with law enforcement. You got to be with law enforcement though, okay? And I am going to set your bond on count one at 150. Count two will be 500. He didn't qualify for pretrial release, correct?
He hadn't, but it looks like he provided us with all the information. If you wanted him on PTR, Your Honor, I think we could do that.
Okay, I'll do the bond, I'll stay the bonds or PTR if qualify, okay? So you'll either be released to pretrial release if they qualify you, or you can pay the bond. Okay? All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Robert Ross.
All right, Mr. Ross, you're here in 2020 CF 5750AO. You're arrested for battery by strangulation, domestic violence, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness there?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Ross, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witnesses in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything in that no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also ordering that you maintain separate residences, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. If you need to go back and get any personal belongings at the residence, you'll need to go with law enforcement. You can go one time, but you got to be with them, okay?
Understood.
Yes?
Yes.
Understood? Okay. And your bond is set at $3,500. All right, good luck. Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Watana Simmons.
All right, Ms. Simmons, you're here in 2020 CF 5749AO. You were arrested for aggravated battery with a weapon, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order, Ms. Simmons.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you understand everything contained in the no contact order.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand everything in that order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're also to maintain separate residences. I'm not sure if you live together or not. But you're to continue to maintain separate residences if you do. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The Siebold Avenue is not your residence, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're not to return back to that location, okay?
Okay.
All right. I think I said no weapons or firearms or ammunition. That includes any mace or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
Looks like DCF was contacted. So if there is an investigation pending, you must comply with that investigation. All right, I'm gonna set your bond in the amount of $3,500.
So what would I have to pay to get out?
You have to contact a bondsman, or you can pay a cash bond. Usually 10%. You'll have to contact a bondsman. I can't tell you exactly what you would have to pay. Okay?
Okay.
If you can't make that bond, then you'll have to contact your attorneys, and they're going to give you that number, and they can file a bond motion for you to reduce the bond.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? All right. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Martin Theodore Larson.
All right, Mr. Larson, you're here in 2020 MM 3422AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there any witness there?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Larson, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. Additionally, you're to maintain separate residences if you live together. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And you do qualify for pretrial release. So I'm going to place you on pretrial release. All right?
Your Honor, did you allow him the one-time return?
Yes, and I'll allow you one time to go back with law enforcement to the residence if you need to go back, but you have to be with law enforcement. Okay, sir?
Correct.
Okay. Did you understand everything in the no contact order?
Yes.
Okay.
Look straight at the judge.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Timothy Muhammad.
All right, Mr. Muhammad, you're here in 2020 MM 406AW, arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause? And I'll appoint the public defender. Are there any witnesses present?
Yes, Your Honor, she's in the booth.
Okay, ma'am, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I don't have my glasses. I gotta, you gotta know what you're looking
I have to speak up.
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me all right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me your name and then spell your last name for me?
Christina Baksh, B as in boy, AKSH.
All right. And then how do you know Mr. Muhammad?
He's my ex-boyfriend.
Okay. And then when did you break up?
A few months ago.
Okay. Are you living together?
He's staying at my residence.
Okay.
We sleep in separate rooms.
You sleep in separate rooms?
Yes.
Okay. Are you afraid of him?
Yes.
Miss Kenny Swanson, do you have any questions for Miss Bax?
No questions, argument, Your Honor.
Baksh, sorry. All right. And then Miss Haling, any questions for the witness?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, yes, Miss.
Yes, for no contact order, separate residences, no objection to allowing him one time with law enforcement, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
All right. So, Mr. Muhammad, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. So I'm going to have you sign that no contact order. Let me know that you understand everything contained in it.
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to order that you maintain separate residences. You cannot stay at the victim's residence. Do you understand? Yes? Okay. No weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You can go back one time to get personal belongings with law enforcement, but you have to be with law enforcement. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, does he not qualify for pretrial release?
He would be able to qualify, Your Honor.
Okay. So I am going to place you on pretrial release, Mr. Muhammad. It's going to be with random urinalysis. No drugs or alcohol. You got me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Can you tell me your name?
Yvette Stamps.
All right, Ms. Stamps, you're here in 2020 MM 3417AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause? And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there a witness present?
Yes, Your Honor, she's in the booth.
Okay. Ma'am, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell me your name and then spell your last name for me?
Kanaya Logan, Logan.
All right. And then how do you know Miss Stamps?
She's my mom.
Okay. And then do you all live together?
No.
Just, okay. Where the incident occurred, is that your residence?
No, it's hers.
Okay. And are you afraid of your mother?
No, I'm not.
Do you want to have continued contact with her through the pending of this case?
Of course.
Okay. Has anything like this or any violence occurred in your relationship in the past?
Yes, but it was never this major.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
Maybe in 2011.
Okay. And
She responded, they don't.
no, they don't. The residence that it is alleged to have occurred at is the defendant, is the mom's residence. Okay. So, all right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to allow non-hostile, non-violent contact. Ms. Stamps, do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Okay, so no fighting with your daughter. No throwing anything, no biting, no scratching, no kicking, no getting upset with her, no raising your voice at her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so keep it civil. I am going to maintain or order that you maintain separate residences. So you obviously already live apart. You're going to have to maintain separate residences. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You do qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to place you on pretrial release. So you need to make sure you comply with my conditions as well as theirs. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your testimony, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Marquez Towns.
All right, Mr. Towns, you're here in 2020 MM 407AW. You're arrested for dating violence battery. Do you find probable cause? And I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness there?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Towns, I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order form, please. All right. Did you understand everything contained in the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You all live together? No.
No.
Okay. All right. So you're going to continue to maintain separate residences, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. And did he not qualify for pretrial release?
He would qualify, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Towns, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with my conditions as well as theirs, okay?
All right.
All right. Good luck. Sliding everywhere.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Gerard Aquino Castro.
All right, Mr. Aquino Castro, you're here in 2020 CF 5767AO. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And would he qualify for pretrial release?
Yeah, he provided us with all the information we needed. So yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna release you I'm gonna place you on pretrial release for both counts. No drugs or alcohol, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Samuel Bagley.
All right, Mr. Bagley, you're here in 2020 CF 5733AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer without violence and possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. And I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. So no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am gonna stay the bonds at 115,000, but I'm not gonna revoke your release on your out on bond case, okay? So you need to make sure that you don't miss any court dates. You have a court date, and I don't know what's gonna happen with the courts and when we'll be open, but you need to keep in touch with your attorney in that case, okay? So you know when to show up if you need to show up at any point, okay? If you come back and get another arrest, chances are your bond will likely be revoked in both cases. Got me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the bonds will stay at 115,000. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Jonathan Beccaro.
All right, Mr. Beccaro, you're here in 2020 CF 5775A. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found already for battery on a person 65 years of age or older. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. Are there any witnesses there for this case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And it's not a domestic violence battery case, but I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand that, Mr. Beccaro?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a verbal argument.
Okay, okay. If you have a defense,
Okay.
I don't even know if the state will file on it,
Okay.
but right now, no contact
That's fine.
directly or indirectly with the victims or witnesses. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, so don't go back to that residence.
Yes.
No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I am gonna stay the bond at the $2,000. I don't know what's going on with your out-of-state stuff, but you have some out-of-state warrants. And I don't know if they'll extradite you or not.
I don't think so. It's
But
in
I
Washington.
appointed the public defender in this case. If you have any questions about what's going on outside of
I'm-
Florida,
I
you need to
already-
contact them,
I
okay?
already know about that.
Okay. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Sarah Benice, mental health.
Okay. So we're not going to be able to resolve her cases. So Ms. Haling, I'm going to appoint the public defender for Ms. Banesh in 2020 CF. Is it 5761 or 87? 5761 AO. And also in 2020 MM 3421 AO. And I find probable cause for the possession of cocaine as well as the drug paraphernalia. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription on either case. And is this face sheet correct? It said no positive ID made prior and then it has nothing on it.
That's correct, Your Honor. She doesn't have any history, but she wasn't interviewed and her prints weren't clear.
Okay, so I'm gonna release her ROR on both cases. Hopefully she'll understand she needs to show up to court. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Kaylee Bostic.
All right, Ms. Bostic, you're here in 2020 CF 5756AO. You're arrested for possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia. and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And so, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am gonna stay the bond at 1,000 and 100. I'm not gonna revoke your release on your out on release case. I am gonna appoint the PD, however, on that case for you because you don't have an attorney on that case.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2020 CF 2318AO. So keep in touch with the public defender. They're gonna give you a piece of paper. It's gonna have their phone number on it. You need to make sure that you call them. You have a court date, it says, on May 26th
Yes,
on
ma'am.
this case, but courthouse is closed. So I don't know if you'll need to just call the public defender, let them know that they were appointed today, and then find out if you need to go anywhere or where you need to go. I don't want you to get a keepius, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, is Nathaniel Coffey, bonded.
Okay. We'll take no action on Mr. Coffey. Oh, yeah. If anyone needs to take a break at any point, just let me know. At 1:30?
Yes.
And you need a break? Like, how long of a break? Like,
20 minutes?
oh, okay. All right. I gotcha. I'll try to speed it through. I think we might be done. All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Minja Davis, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here in 2020 CF 969AO. It's a violation of pretrial release, and the judge in your case did set your bond at none, and so you're going to have to talk to Judge White and your attorneys in that case. Does he have the public defender? Okay, you do have the public defender in that case, okay? So they're going to have to try to file a bond motion for you. I'm not going to take any action on your out on release case. You have that also, and you do have an attorney in that case. So just make sure you don't get arrested on anything else if you get a bond, okay? All right, tell me your name.
My name is Patrick Early Mill.
Mr. Early, okay. You're here in 2020 CF 5764AO, and you were arrested for possession of MDMA and resisting an officer without violence. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. 2020 MO 545AO. It's a noise complaint, or must be like an ordinance violation. And so I find probable cause for that, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna place you on pretrial release on both cases, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, don't miss court. Make sure you comply with all those requirements.
I promise you I won't. I appreciate you.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Mario Gonzalez.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you're here in 2020 CF 5762AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine. You find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
He did not, Your Honor. We didn't have any verifiable information.
Okay, so Mr. Gonzalez, I'm gonna release your ROR. That means that you gotta show up to court when you're supposed to, and I don't know when the courthouse is gonna open or when you'll get a court date, but it's very important you keep in touch with your attorneys, okay? So I'm gonna order that you contact them within 24 hours of your release, or give you that piece of paper right there with the phone number on it,
Right, thank you.
okay? All right, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Daniel Ray Harrell.
All right, Mr. Harrell, you're here in 2020 CF 573780. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine, possession of cocaine. Looks like 4 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a controlled substance. And I find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Does he not qualify?
Yeah, wasn't able to provide any verifiable information.
He would not?
He did not provide us with any information. He'd have to give us some more that we could investigate.
Are you living here locally, Mr. Harrell?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you live?
I live off of Avalon Boulevard in East Colonial Drive.
Okay. Did you give them all that information? Do you have the place you're staying at?
I don't know. I was sleeping in the car and they woke me up. They found shit in the car, but it wasn't on me.
Are you staying in your car?
No. I was just
I
riding.
don't want you to talk about the facts, okay? But I just need to know, do you have a residence that you're staying at?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you pay rent there? Are you on the lease?
Yes.
How long have you been on the lease there?
Probably a year and a half.
Okay. And you are on the lease?
Yes.
Okay. Do you work?
My mailing address,
Can you tell me the address?
it's 20156 Quinlan Avenue.
Quinlan?
Quinlan Street, yeah, Quinlan Street.
Quinlan Street. Is it an apartment?
No, it's a house.
House. Okay. Would he qualify for pretrial release?
He provided us with some different information, Your Honor. If we could we probably want to talk to him again.
Okay,
Try
so
to
what I'm gonna do is stay the bond at 1,000 or pretrial release if he qualifies. All the additional subsidiaries, it'll be 150, 100, 100, 100, 100, and 150, or pretrial release on all of those as well if he qualifies. So, Mr. Harrell, you may need to give them some more information so that they can qualify you, okay?
Okay.
Then you won't have to post a bond.
Okay.
Right. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Lenore Howard.
All right. Please, you're here in 2020 CF 5768AO. You're arrested for throwing a deadly missile into an occupied vehicle. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. So, no contact with any victims or any witnesses in the case. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. No return to the Orlando paintball. Okay?
Yes.
So, can't go back there.
Okay.
No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You do qualify for pretrial release, so you need to make sure you comply with those requirements as well as pretrial releases, okay? So I'm gonna place you on pretrial release.
Okay.
All right? Keep in touch with your attorneys. And Tracy Koger bonded.
One moment, Your Honor.
Sure. Do you need a booking number? I just had the paperwork. 200110055.
Yeah, that's not what I have. What was it?
I think it was 2001055. 2 zeros, then 1055.
Okay. Yes, bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Wolf Lindor. Hi, do
All right.
I live today?
What?
Do I live today? Because they say
I don't know. We'll get that. We'll get there. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So, Mr. Lindor, you're here in 2020 CF 5747AO. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine and trespass. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender in those cases for you. in that case, I am gonna order that you not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. You're trespassed from there. You can't go back to that 7-Eleven. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription either. And the bond is stayed at 1,000, and count 2, I'll reduce to 100. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release cases. You have 2 cases, and the public defender was previously appointed in those cases. You have some court dates coming up, so I don't know, you'll just need to keep in touch with your attorneys, okay?
Okay, cool.
If you get arrested again and you have 3 cases and you're out on release for, chances are you're not gonna get a bond.
Okay, cool.
You understand?
Cool.
Okay.
But I live today, right?
Well, you'll have to bond out on the new law case
So when do I leave?
whenever you bond out. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name. Sorry?
Stephen Long.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Long. You're here in 2020 CF 5755AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in 2020 MM 3411AO. You're arrested for drug paraphernalia possession, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD in that case for you. Both cases, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
He would qualify, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Mr. Long, no drugs or alcohol. Okay.
Yeah, Honor, the next person on the docket, Renard Mahone, behavior.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Mahone is behavior. And so I'm going to find his behavior to be a refusal. I'm going to appoint the public defender in both his cases, 2020 CF 5748AO and 2020 CF 5776AO. In the first one, he was arrested for possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia, trespass in a dwelling, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD if I didn't say that already. And in the other case, there's 2 counts of introduction of contraband into a county detention facility, and possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass on property after warning. So there's probable cause, and I did appoint the PD, I believe, in that case as well. So both cases, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no return to the location of the trespass, no contact with any victims or witnesses in the cases. The bond on the 5748 case will stay at 1,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be 100. Count 3 will be 100. Count 4 will be 100, and count 5 will be 100. In 2020 CF 5776AO, there'll be 1,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, 150 on count 3, 100 on count 4, and 100 on count 5. All right, tell me your name, sir.
K Moore.
All right, Mr. Moore, you're here in 2020 CF 5778AO. You're arrested for a conspiracy to commit burglary of a structure, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No contact with any victim, any witness, or your co-defendant. No return to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Looks like the 1012 West Church Street area, so don't go back to that location. And does he qualify for pretrial release?
No, Your Honor, he didn't provide any information.
Mr. Moore, do you have a residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where you live in?
621 West South Street.
Okay, is that your residence or someone else's?
I live with a friend of mine. That's where all my mail comes to. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that where you stay every day?
Yes, ma'am. That's where I sleep every night. Yes, ma'am.
You pay rent there or
Yes, ma'am.
give money for bills? Do you work?
Ma'am, I'm retired. I'm a veteran.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Moore, I'm going to release your ROR. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
You got to show up to court. I don't believe that you won't because you've shown up to court before. So you need to make sure that you keep in touch with the public defender's office. You don't miss any court dates. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And follow all of the conditions of the release.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck.
I need to let her know what apartment I was in. It's like 10 apartments, but I just have to keep in touch with the public defender. Just like PD. Okay.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Maurice Reed.
All right. Mr. Reed, you're here in 2020 CF 5772AO. You're arrested for possession of, I don't know what drug it is, but cocaine with intent to sell or deliver and possession of drug paraphernalia. And so I do find probable cause for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm gonna set your bond at 7,500 on count 1. Count 2 will stay at 100. All right, make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys. If you can't make that bond, they'll file a bond motion for you. You just gotta let them know, okay? 7,500.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, Rachel Salvo, bonded.
Okay, we'll take no action on Ms. Salvo's cases.
And the person after her is Devin Smith, bonded.
All right, we'll take no action on Mr. Smith.
And after Mr. Smith, Ryan Stuckey, also bonded.
All right, we'll take no action on his cases. Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Omar Vasquez.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, you're here in 2020 CF 5734AO. You're arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. So no contact with any victims, no weapons or firearms or ammunition. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
Yes, he would qualify, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna place you on pretrial release, Mr. Vasquez. You need to make sure you comply with their requirements as well as mine, and then also keep in touch with your attorneys, okay?
Okay. I'll get out today, I guess.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Glenn Wesley Mathis.
All right, Mr. Mathis, you're here in 2019 MM5562AO. It's a warrant for a violation of pretrial release. Judge Bell did give you a $500 bond in the case. So if you can't make that bond, you're going to have your attorneys. Does he have the PD? Yeah. Okay, so you have the public defender. If you can't make the $500 bond, they're going to have to file a motion for you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Rogelio Vidal.
All right. Do we know what happened to Naj Pierre?
He bonded, Judge.
Bonded? Okay. We'll take no action on Naj Pierre. Okay. Mr. Vidal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. You're here in 2018 CT 9786AO. It's a failure to appear, and that was for an arraignment, and the judge did give you a $1,000 bond. And then you've also, does he have the PD in that case? No, I'm gonna appoint the PD for you in that case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
2020 CT 2968. You were arrested for driving while license suspended, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the PD in that case for you too. I'm looking at your driving history. If I stay the bond at that $500, are you gonna be able to bond out with 1,000 and the 500?
They're making me pay the whole 16 right now. They're
The
making
whole
me
16?
yeah the whole bond because I had a failure to appear. So the
Are you able to make that bond? But the problem is if we resolve both your cases today, then you get 2 driving while license suspended, okay?
yes, ma'am.
And then,
The state is no objection to ROR as to the current driving.
okay,
And the bond on the.
I can't change the capias.
So I'm saying, so the
Right,
bond on the thing
right.
here.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release your ROR on the new case.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to make sure that you keep in touch with your attorneys. So you're gonna call that phone number that they're gonna give you on a piece of paper within 24 hours of getting released. Are you able to pay the $1,000 bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that bond will stay. I can't change that one, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right. Did I address everything? Okay. No driving without a driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Damian Anthony Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, you're here in 2020 MM 3409AO. You're arrested for trespass and resisting an officer without violence, and I do find probable cause. Miss Kenny Swanson, did you have an offer to resolve the case today?
Adjudication, credit for time served. No.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna appoint the public defender, it's just an additional cost for you, okay? So, we'll have you, did you read the plea form before you came into court?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay, did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Understand all those rights you're giving up?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a US citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes.
All right, I find a factual basis to accept your pleas. I'll adjudicate you guilty on each count, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. No return back to the location of the trespass. Okay?
Yes.
All right, and I'll order you pay your court costs by May 11th, 2021. That gives you a year. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Megan Galucci.
All right, Ms. Galucci, you're here in 2020 MM 3408AO. You're arrested for resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. You're on probation?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't want to resolve your case today. She has an out-of-county hold?
Yes, Your Honor. It's
Okay.
a no bond for, I believe, a VOP.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ROR on the resisting, okay? And I'm not gonna take any action on the out on release case. You do have the PD in that case, and so they'll transport you to Seminole, okay? So you can deal with the VOP. Make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys and you tell them where you are so that they know if they need to file any appropriate motions, okay? All right. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Fernando Gomez.
All All right, Mr. Gomez, you're here in 2020 MM 3423AO. You are arrested for a battery, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. Is there any witnesses present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so no contact with the victims or witnesses in the case, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Do you understand all those conditions, sir?
Yes.
Does he qualify for pretrial release?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to place you in pretrial release. Make sure you comply with all of my orders as well as their requirements, okay?
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name, ma'am. Miss Gourlay?
Yes.
Okay. You're here in 2020 MM 3414AO. You're arrested for possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams, and soliciting without a permit, and I do find probable cause. Is there Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. As to count 2, a withhold credit for time served, state will not the null process to count.
Or no info? No information, or?
There'll probably be a no process that there'll be a no process.
So, but there's no information, so it would have to be no info. You have to fill out a no information. Well, that's what we've been doing at the jail for.
Well, since we've been here, it's been a no process to count 1.
But how? Well, there's nothing at all.
Court, state will allow court
Okay.
to dismiss count 1 with no
Okay.
objection.
Okay. So, this Miss Gourlay, did you hear that?
No.
Okay. So the state's not going to prosecute count 1, which is the cannabis case. So we're going to dismiss that. If you want to plead to count 2, and it would be a withhold and credit for time served,
That's fine.
and that you get out today, you would not have to come back to court for anything.
That's
Want
fine.
to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you read the plea form before you came into the courtroom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything contained within it?
Yes.
You understand all those rights you're giving up?
Yes.
Are you on probation?
No.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay. But do you understand if you're not, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, I find a factual basis to accept your plea to count 2. I will withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. And I'll order you pay your court costs by May 11th, 2021. That gives you a year. And if you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. And Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have an announcement? I don't have to. Okay. So the court will dismiss count 1 based on the state's offer.
Today? Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, tell me your name.
Torellis Jacobs.
All right, Mr. Jacobs, you're here, 2020 MM 3415AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning, and I do find probable cause. Was there an offer?
An adjudication credit for time served. Return.
Okay, so it's an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and no return back to the trespass area. Do you want to do that and resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form before you came in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find a factual basis to accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. Can't go back to where you were trespassed from. It's like the 2060 Americana Boulevard. Don't go back there, okay? Abide
ma'am.
by the trespass. And I will order you pay your court costs by May 11th, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Dennis Michael Melinda.
We know what happened to Rebecca Johnson.
She bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll take no action on Miss Johnson. We've got, you said Mr. Melinda. All right, Mr. Melinda, you're here in 2020 MM 340780. You're arrested for petty theft and trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. And does the state have an offer? Okay, my guess is because the petty theft enhanceable. Okay. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender, Mr. Melinda, for you on your case. You can't go back to 901 South Orange Blossom Trail. Okay, don't go back to that location. No contact with any victims or witnesses, and abide by any trespass warning. You're out on release in 2 cases for theft. Okay. So I'm not going to take any action on those cases. You do have the public defender in those cases. So you need to keep in touch with them to to find out if you have to go to court at any point. I'm going to stay the bond at 100 and 500 on the new law. Okay? All right. Thank you. Good luck.
Hello, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Eber Valdezon. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good afternoon. All right, Mr. Valdezon, you're here in 2020 MM 341880. You're arrested for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. I don't know if the state is.
There's no objection. Court is missing.
Okay, so this is a new thing, but in terms of the court dismissing things, but Mr. Valdezon, the state's not going to proceed forward with these charges. Okay, I'm not going to appoint the public defender because the case is going to go away today. So based on the state's announcement, they're asking me to dismiss the case. So I'll dismiss the charges. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've never done it that way before, so I don't know if that messes with the clerks. Well, we do it as a no info because there's nothing filed, so you can't no pros a case that hasn't been filed. Because at the jail, they've been filing the no information. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Christopher Fiddler, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Fiddler, this is a Polk County warrant, and the judge did set your bond in Polk County at $250. Are you able to make that bond?
From what I was told at 8 o'clock this morning, it was paid for.
Okay. Do we know if he's bonded out? He doesn't have any other holds, right?
Yeah, it looks like his bond has been posted, Your Honor.
Okay, so I won't appoint the public defender. Normally, we would appoint the PD here during this pandemic to get to communicate with Polk County. But it looks like your bond's been posted. Okay, so I won't do anything else with the case. Okay.
Okay. Over here. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Cristobal Sotomayor Cebollero.
Okay, sir, you're in a Nassau County warrant, and it looks like the judge set your bond at $2,502. And so his bond hasn't been posted, has it?
No, Your Honor. It is
Okay,
not.
so what we're doing right now during this whole pandemic situation is I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you here. They're gonna be able to communicate with Nassau County, and I believe Judge Carter, is that correct? Is Judge Carter talking with the out-of-county judges? Okay, so another judge here is communicating with the other counties. So do we reset? Okay, so we automatically will reset you, and Judge Carter or another judge will reach out to the other county, and the public defender here is appointed for you.
Would
Okay.
I be able to bond out today?
If you can bond out, yeah. If you can bond out, you can bond out. We just do this in abundance of caution so you're not sitting here because they're not transporting people right now from county to county.
Oh, they're not transported.
No.
Oh.
So we could handle it here, but if you can bond out, you can bond out. If not, you'll come back.
All right, thank you very much.
We'll let you know what's going on, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Jeffrey LaFay, refuse.
Okay. So, Mr. LaFay is a reset. He refused yesterday, 2020 CF 5655AO. I'm going to appoint the public defender in his case. It was a warrant and probable cause was previously found for burglary of a conveyance and criminal mischief. And Ms. Haling, do you want to formally waive? Okay, so no return to the scene for the offenses alleged to have occurred, no contact with any victims or witnesses or any co-defendants. And the bonds will stay at the 2,500 and the 150.
The next person on the docket, Keith Mesenberg, behavior.
Okay, yesterday was a refusal, and do you think tomorrow might be a good day for him?
No, ma'am.
Okay. ROR, okay. All right, so I'm gonna appoint the public defender for Mr. Meisenberg, 2020 MO 543AO. Is arrested for possession or consumption of alcohol in a prohibited place, and I find probable cause. So I'm gonna ROR. Refusal? Yeah, same as yesterday. Or behavior, I'm sorry, behavior. Yesterday was a refusal.
The next person on the docket, Javaris Sands, also behavior.
Okay, and it looks like yesterday was a refusal. It's a trend. So we've got 2020 3398AO. It's a trespass and an occupied structure as a refusal to leave. And I'll appoint the public defender. Ms. Haling, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, no return back. Well, I find probable cause for the offense. No return back to the, it's the Orange County Corrections. So unless he has a reason to be here, he can't come back. They're not here, but at the jail, sorry. So unless he has a reason, a legal reason to be there, he can't go back there. And I'll ROR. He needs to contact the public defender's office within 24 hours of his release. Can we put that in the court minute? Yeah. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Anthony John Smoody.
All right, Mr. Smoody, you're here in 2020 MO 546, and it's an open container violation, and I do find probable cause. Was there an offer? Okay, so the state's made an offer of an adjudication of guilt with credit for time served.
All right.
Do you have 2 days in?
How many?
2 days? Okay. Do you want to resolve your case today?
If we could resolve the petty theft one, I'd be.
I don't know if the state's filed on it yet.
Okay. What?
We'll see. Hold on. And I don't know if they'll have an offer, if they have filed on it.
Information was filed.
Information was filed? Okay. I don't know if Miss Swanson or Kenny Swanson is
File.
going to make an offer, but hold on.
All right.
Hold on, Mr. Smoody. Okay. And the PD was previously appointed in that case.
Yeah.
I'll do an adjudication, credit for time served, cost of investigation of $82.68 to OPD, no return to Publix.
$88 and 82.68 to OPD. Yes. And you said what?
No return to Publix.
Okay, and then do we know how much credit for time served he has on the petty theft?
I did 17 days, I remember.
Okay, let's see.
2020.
10, yeah, and then 1011. So he was arrested, and then like the 8th, he got ROR. He was arrested on the 8th, and then ROR'd on the 20. And then he's, yeah. No, it's just so he has 19 days? Okay. All right, so you have credit for 19 days time served. You want to resolve that case too? Yeah?
I mean, I'd like to, yeah, because like I said, I don't know when this Corona stuff's gonna be gone.
Well, none of us do. So, do you understand that petty theft is an enhanceable offense? So if you get,
that. Yes, Your Honor.
okay, so if you get 2 priors, it can become a felony.
I don't want that.
Right. Okay. So I don't know how many priors you have, but as it relates to any petty thefts, but I need to make sure you understand that before you enter a plea. Okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. Did you read the plea form before you came into court?
Not particularly. I didn't get one, I don't think.
Okay. Is there a plea form that he can look at? Have you ever entered a plea before?
Oh, yes, I have, Your Honor. I'll
Okay.
enter.
Why don't you just read that? Why don't you read that quickly? Okay. Or don't skip over anything, but.
I'll just enter a plea of no contest on that.
I need you to read the plea form. I need you to understand what's in the plea form.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay, you understand everything in the plea form?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
I do, Your Honor.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Okay,
Is that a yes?
I understand.
Okay, and then we did discuss the enhanceable offense of petty theft, so you understand that as well.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So in 2020 MO 546, I am going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served.
All right.
Order that you pay your court costs in that case by May 11th, 2021. And in 2020 MM 1011, I find a factual basis to accept your plea in that case as well. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 19 days with credit for 19 days time served. There's cost of investigation to the Orlando Police Department in the amount of $82.68. You can also not return back to that Publix, okay? Abide by any trespass warning. I'll order that you pay your court costs in that case by May 11th, 2021 as well. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentences of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm getting out today on the drunk thing or whatever,
You're done with everything. You don't have to come back to court for any of your cases unless you have something else that I don't know
and I've
about.
already had time served for today, and I'm done today. Bye, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Johnny Holcomb. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Okay.
This is the Osceola.
Oh, okay.
Status hearing, Your Honor.
Okay, so we've got a plea for Osceola County case 17 MM 2134. Mr. Holcomb, I've been advised that Judge Arendis has no objection to the plea agreement, that you're to admit to the violation. I think that you're going to admit to the technicals.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we know what those are? I don't have a copy of unless it was emailed to me. Let me check. think I have a copy of it, actually. So there's a violation of a standard condition. That's the new law. Okay, so that's the new law. Then you've got all the rest are, this is very different than they do it in Orange, but all the rest are technicals. So, Ms. Haling, is he admitting to everything except the first violation of standard condition?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that your understanding, Mr. Holcomb?
Yes, ma'am. My understanding was I was pleading to 120 days, and that would take care of to revoke and terminate the probation.
So you have 120 days in and you have 120 days offer with 58 days as of the 5th. So what would that be today? 64. So it's 120 days with credit for 64 days time served.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your understanding?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And so we're going to have you admit to all of the violations of standard condition except the first one. That's the new law violation, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So do you want to admit those conditions of probation, the violations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you've had time to talk to your attorneys about this?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is what you want to do today?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read a plea form before you came into court?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
I went over it with my attorney the other day.
Okay. And you understood everything that was on that plea, the admission form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did they answer all the questions that you had?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you're on probation, but we're going to revoke and terminate your probation. That's your understanding?
Very good. Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I am going to accept your admission to all of the violations of the standard conditions except the first one, which is the new law. I am going to adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate your probation, sentence you to 120 days in the county jail with credit for 64 days time served. Does he have outstanding costs or we don't know? Okay, we'll just send any outstanding balance to collections court. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I give him a date to pay? Like after he gets, or just report to, I don't know when to report because I don't know when anything's gonna be open. Yeah. I don't know how much it is, but I'll give you a year to pay off any outstanding costs or fees. If you get your paperwork and it's a lot and you can't pay it off, contact your attorney and they can file any motions with the court.
I'll make sure it's paid.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Did I address everything? Anything else that needs to be addressed on that? No? Okay. Good luck.
All right, have a good day, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. We put on there that he had. Oh, it's on. Oh. Oh, it doesn't.